Hello guys, today I want to speak about a wingman and how can you be a wingman in the world of Warplanes. Normally new player go for a solo dive fight and always punish a lot because they didn't they didn't do the wingman role and always take a lot of damage. What is wingman? The simplest answer is wingman is that someone always covering your six when you are needed, when you need it. And in World of Warplane is a very important aspect of game because normally there is a lot of time that happen that enemy go into your six and you can't shake him off. And without wingman, you are completely dead. Why am I speaking about this? Because in a lot of game I see a new player and also a lot of players that have a lot long games didn't use this advice and always going for a solo fight against a lot of enemy or going to the condition that always give them in a disadvantage. For a wingman, you should use some point. First, know your range of your gun. This is one important aspect in low tier. Normally the range of your gun is maximum 400 meters, but the useful range is less than 300 meters. When you are wingman, you should always in the range of your gun next to your teammate. This way, when your teammate needs you, you can give him a fire support and give him a clear his six when the enemy going to his tail. The another important point is being wingman doesn't mean that you don't do any role. Unlike what normally people think, wingman have a lot of chance to do damage because normally enemy plane going after target that shoot at him. That's it, wingman. The third important point about the wingman is you should know your plane and enemy plane when you are going for a dogfight. If your enemy plane have a better training rate than you should never turn fighting with him. Instead, make a distance and going for a shooting run. If you are a turn fighting, then force the enemy plane to turn fight with you when you are clearing your teammate six. This is one of the important aspects of being a wingman. Another important aspect is being in the same level of altitude as your teammate. This is important because lots of time you see that a lot of players going in the same play spot in very different altitude that don't give them any advantage in being in giving support to each other. Especially when most of the enemy play in high altitude and only one player high and other is lost lower than him. Then when they are going up, most of them stall and it gives the enemy a lot of advantage to killing them easily without they do any maneuvering. I think I better show some of the examples that I think will be useful for you guys. Okay, this is the first example. As I told you before, if you are not next to your teammate at the firing range, you can give him any support when he goes to that fight, and it's a very important aspect. But also, yeah, your leader that going to the front never going so fast that his wingman can't follow him. As this example, I'm trying to go to my teammates, but he's going so fast that I couldn't keep up with him, and he alone going to face against other two enemies. And because of that, we lose this game. Never forget, both wingman and the leader that going to the forward should be try to stay together. It wasn't only the role of the wingman to stay with the leader. It's also the leader role to keep with his wingman. Next video. Okay, next video. In this video, I want to show you that the example I tell you before. Every player in the same group because they are in the different altitude, they couldn't cover each other and they're in very bad position. As you can see, I am the highest altitude plane in my team, and other is so low and under me. Because of that, we lose the advantage in altitude and it gives us a very big problem. This is one of the biggest mistakes that newbie always do. You should always keep in mind that some of the plane can go to a very high altitude and some plane can. And if you want to do the teamwork with the other player that use a different plane, you should use the similar altitude that both planes can do the maneuvering. Let's fast forwarding. The first example, as you can see, both players doing boom and zoom, but none of the teammates trying to cover each other. They do 17 and try to clear his teammate tail, as I told you before, as a wingman. And because I'm very high altitude, I couldn't support him sadly. At this moment I'm trying as much as I can to kill him before he kill my teammates. And now the problem with the altitude. We lose altitude because no one is up there, and enemy also having a lot of advantage over us. I tried to save my heavy fighter, but I failed, and because of that we lose this game. Jump to the next game. One of the examples that player in the big group of players doing the solo games, and because of that no one can support each other. As you can see, look, there is one in C3, one in E3, E2, two of them in H2 and J2. Their team is completely separated and no one can support other one, and because of that the enemies that have a wingman can completely overtake anyone, and because of that they will win this game. This kind of game you can't do much if the team don't try to make a group and try to cover each other. As you can see, I'm against 5 plane and I can't do much because I don't have a wingman and we're completely out of luck. The next video. And this is a good example of how you should do a teamwork and use your and do the role of the wingman. Let's fast forwarding. As you can see, most of our teams going to the same place and we are already near the same altitude in this game. Let me give more coloring. At this moment I'm in the cloud and it gives me a cover for not spotting by enemy. It's very good advantage for me for a surprise attack. My team is going to cover each other at this moment and try to kill enemy. And at this moment I'm also trying to choose a target that I should attach first. I see that FW and I-16 going after JA. Because of that I go after Escuda to cover my teammates because he's going after my teammates. I'm diving down. At the way I also see that FW coming to my firing, and because of that I kill him. Then going after Escuda. Escuda going after my teammates. My teammates shouldn't try to die fight with him, instead try to let him busy and let me kill him. The beast trying to do that, I shouldn't do that when he's very low of HP, and because he will be killed very easily. As you can see, we just killed now. I killed the first target. Now I'm going to help my other teammates. The BSH is stalled and because of that he's going to crash the ground. And now next target. The, in this moment I point interesting things. The A5M is a very good at turn fighting, and other planes that we have at this moment is AR-18 and where is he? Where is the other one? I lost him. Oh come on. I can't find him at the moment. But it's HE-112. I know he's somewhere around here. Oh, here he is. I see him. He's down there. Okay. All of us is a boom and zoom plane or speed plane that can go in fast shooting. But if we try to dogfight in training, we lose to the A5M very easily. This is one important aspect. If you are wingman and your plane is against you in turn fighting, don't go for turn fight. Instead, break off and make a space and go for a head-on attack. Like this. Even though both of my teammates is busy him, it gives me a moment to make a space and go after him again. And he can't do much when I'm doing that. If I turn fighting with him, you have a chance to kill all of us without any problem. Okay, back to the garage, finishing talk. As I told you before, the being wingman is there's a lot of things you should do. And also, when you have a wingman, you should always a lot of things to do to use your wingman. But I point the first things, the, the points of the first thing you should do. Make a distance with your teammates at the same as the range of your gun. Never go to the very high or very low altitude when your teammates is make a distance from you. Never go to the dogfight alone and go into the solo condition when you have a full player team. I think this point is useful for you guys, and I try to, and then some other videos, go to the specific condition of the wingman that maybe happen in the games and explain them more. Good luck in the air.